If you have a hotel or glamping concept you want to launch, I'm going to show you the exact system we've used to pre-sell $8.5 million worth of bookings for hotels that, and here's the really cool part, didn't even exist yet. Hotels like Cypress Resort, who pre-sold $792,000 worth of bookings, or Mirror Hotel, nearly $1.7 million, or Cosmos, $1.9, and a lot more. Again, these were all concepts and the properties were not built yet, but we were still able to pre-sell millions of dollars worth of bookings with crowdfunding, allowing the founders to get all that revenue up front and use it to fund the construction. If you're staring at the screen in disbelief right now, I get it. I was too when we helped launch the first crowdfunded hotel on Indiegogo for a project called Bubble Hotel all the way back in 2020. My expectations were actually pretty low, but we ended up helping them raise over $800,000. And since that time, my team at LaunchBoom have really perfected the system. So in this video, I'm going to share our exact 5-step hotel launch system so you can use it to bring your own hotel idea to life. I'll even be revealing a bonus strategy at one point that can basically pay for all of your ad spend. And yes, I'm being serious, so don't skip any part of this video. But before I reveal that, you got to understand that not every hotel concept is actually going to work for crowdfunding. There's a specific set of things that you need to truly stand out. So let's first dive into what those are. To answer the question, what works best for hotel crowdfunding, we're gonna go through my 5-point checklist. First up, it has to be a scroll stopping concept, meaning if someone was scrolling on Instagram and saw a photo of your hotel, they'd stop scrolling to check it out. Cosmos's scroll stopping concept was to connect with the stars in beautiful remote stargazing villas, and Mirror Hotels was to stay in invisible cabins that blend into nature. Second, it has to be at a breathtaking location, a place where even if there was no hotel there, people would still go. For example, Cosmos is being built outside the Great Sand Dunes Park in Colorado, and Mirror Hotels is in the Appalachian Mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. Third, it has to have luxurious amenities. Yes, people want to be out in nature, but they don't really want to be roughing it. Cosmos had amenities like heated floors, jacuzzis, fully stocked kitchens, and personal golf carts. Mirror Hotels had fire pits, private decks, luxury linens, and outdoor eating areas. Fourth, there has to be value-add activities. Give guests the option to experience more than just the room. Cosmos offered a planetarium, an on-site restaurant, and a spa. Mirror Hotels had hiking, rafting, and local breweries. Fifth, there has to be enough units, but not too many. Hotel crowdfunding isn't for single unit Airbnbs nor 100-room hotels. There has to be enough room so that when people pre-book, they aren't worried that they won't be able to actually book their stay for years, and it can't be too many where it loses the boutique feel. The sweet spot is somewhere between 10 and 20 units. Cosmos had 20 units and Mirror Hotel had 18. All right, that's the checklist. Now you know what you need to have the best chance of success for crowdfunding your hotel. Let's now get into the nitty-gritty, our 5-step hotel launch system you can use to make your hotel concept a reality. Let's start with step 1, positioning your hotel. Positioning is the foundation of everything. It's how you communicate what makes your hotel unique and why people should stay there. I have a simple 5-category positioning framework that you can use, and I'm gonna go through each category right now and use Cosmos as an example of how you could answer the questions. All right, first category, basics. What's your hotel's name? Cosmos, which is a nod to the stargazing you'll experience while staying there. It's best if your hotel name is connected to your scroll stopping concept. How many units are at your hotel? 20 total, 16 stargazing villas and 4 galaxy villas. Where is it located? 15 minutes outside the Great Sand Dunes Park in Colorado. All right, category 2, differentiators. What 1 or 2 traits make your hotel concept scroll stopping? Connect with the stars in one of 20 telescope-equipped stargazing villas. What makes the location special? 40 acres of secluded nature right outside one of the few international dark sky parks with virtually zero light pollution. Third, amenities and activities. What amenities do you have? Each Cosmos villa has HVAC, a glass dome jacuzzi, a fully equipped kitchen, fire pit, and a lot more. What activities will you offer? A planetarium, an on-site restaurant, and a spa. Fourth category, credibility. What credibility do you have as a founder? Gamal, the founder of Cosmos, has 17 years of experience in real estate. He also has assembled a team of experts with 60+ years of experience in designing and constructing projects. Why should people trust that you can build your hotel? Cosmos already has all the permits to build. This is extremely important, by the way, and I don't recommend you start a crowdfunding campaign until you've gotten all these permits. Also, Cosmos had already started some of the construction. Fifth category, price. What will the price per night be? Stargazing villas were $700 a night, and Galaxy villas were $1,400 a night. What is the best discount you can give? 50 to 59% off, depending on which villa they chose. All right, with your hotel positioning done, now you have a strong foundation to build the rest of your launch on, because now you can use all this positioning within your marketing. So let's move on to step 2, creating your imagery. There are two types of imagery you'll want to get for your launch. The first is location. These are shots of the individual units and entire property. Second, amenity. These are like the glamour shots of your hotel, highlighting every individual amenity you'll offer. I'll show you imagery examples from Nomad's Pad, Cypress Resorts, and Cosmos. For location shots, you can see how they got shots of the different units at different angles. These shots should really make the scroll stopping concept clear to the potential guest. Next, let's look at the amenity shots. You can see how they highlighted their amenities like beautiful interiors, jacuzzis, and stargazing. For each amenity you have, you'll want to have a unique image. Now, you want to know something crazy? All of those images you just saw weren't real photos. No, they were realistic renderings. And for every hotel we've helped launch, every single image we used in the marketing was a photorealistic render. To me, being able to launch a hotel and make significant revenue with only renders is one of the coolest parts about hotel crowdfunding. And getting renders created isn't very hard or expensive. I recommend searching for a talented render artist on sites like Upwork or Fiverr. Since you'll be getting so many renders created, you'll likely pay somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000. All right, and just like that, step 2 is complete. Let's move on to step 3, building your reservation funnel. So, a reservation funnel. What is that exactly? Well, think of it as a series of pages on your website with one very important goal: to build an email list of people who cannot wait to give you their money to stay at your hotel. In fact, the reservation funnel actually allows people to give you money before you launch your crowdfunding campaign. Let me explain. Let's pull up the reservation funnel for Cosmos. The first step in the reservation funnel is a landing page. For Cosmos, they explained more about the hotel using the positioning and imagery from steps 1 and 2. And the main goal of this page is to collect email addresses from people who want to be notified about the launch. So someone puts in their email address and they're taken to step 2 in the funnel. This is what we call the reservation bridge, and where you explain your VIP offer. A VIP offer is the best deal you're willing to give someone in exchange for a small deposit now in the pre-launch. This deposit can be as low as $1, but for hotels, I recommend increasing that. For example, the VIP offer for Cosmos was getting access to a 50 to 59% discount off their stay in exchange for a $50 deposit in the pre-launch. Once someone clicks the button, they are taken to the third step in the funnel, the reservation checkout. Here's where they can put in their payment information, and in the case of Cosmos, pay $50 to reserve the VIP offer. And once they do that, they've completed the funnel and are taken to a thank you page. You might be thinking, Mark, why not just collect an email address? Is the reservation deposit really necessary? But what if I told you that those that put down the $50 deposit for Cosmos were 59 more times likely to follow through with their purchase? Makes it pretty compelling to get those $50 deposits, right? The reservation funnel allows you to build an email list of people who are way more likely to book your hotel, giving you confidence before you launch that your campaign is going to be successful. Plus, there's one more bonus benefit to the reservation funnel, which means you just found the bonus strategy for today. All right, you've made it to the bonus strategy round. Here's the clue. Gamal from Cosmos was able to pay for all of his pre-launch ad spend by using this simple strategy. What is a $50 reservation deposit? That is correct. All right, in all seriousness, a moment ago, you learned how Cosmos had a $50 deposit in their reservation funnel. But what I didn't tell you before was that it only cost Gamal $32.60 in ad spend to get one $50 deposit. That means for every deposit he got, he was actually cash flow positive. And what did Gamal do with that extra cash? He put it back into ad spend to keep growing his pre-launch email list. So before he launched on Indiegogo, here were his final pre-launch numbers. He spent $189,000 on ads. From those ads, 5,800 people put down a $50 deposit to reserve the VIP offer, which meant that his total deposit revenue was $290,000. If we do some quick math, we can see that Gamal made over $100,000 in the pre-launch before he even went live on Indiegogo. This is a game-changing strategy because it not only reduces your risk dramatically, but gives you a lot of confidence before pressing that launch button. So I highly recommend trying out higher deposits like Cosmos did during your pre-launch. All right, let's get back to regular programming. On to step 4, driving traffic with ads. Pretty sick numbers from Cosmos, right? You're probably itching to go out there and do the same thing yourself, but hold up there. People don't just show up to your reservation funnel on their own. You gotta spend money on ads to get them there. More specifically, Facebook and Instagram ads, which I'll just call Meta ads from here on out. In every hotel crowdfunding launch we've done, Meta has gotten 100% of the ad budget. That's because it just works so damn well. But you can't just throw up any ad. No, you gotta get two things right. First, you need to target the right audience. And two, you need to create good ad creative, which is the ad imagery and the ad copy. So let's start with audience targeting. An audience on Meta is mainly a collection of interests because, like it or not, Zuck knows a lot about what people are into. And a way to make this easier is to imagine your superfan, the person that can't wait to stay at your hotel. Ask yourself, what do they do for fun? What brands do they buy from? Who do they follow, and what do they watch and listen to? For Gamal from Cosmos, his superfan liked to travel, stargaze, and go glamping. They were also into adventurous sports like snowboarding, skiing, and mountain biking. Figure out what your superfan is into and start putting those interests into Meta to build an audience of somewhere between 5 to 15 million people. I recommend starting out with 3 to 5 different audiences to test. All right, next, you gotta create the ad itself. Let's first look at the ad imagery because this is what's gonna get them to stop scrolling their feed. I recommend using one of your location shots you got in step 2. For example, here's one of the best performing ad images that Cosmos used during their campaign. Next, the ad copy. Consistently, one of the best performing templates for us is what I call the feature overload list. Basically, you list out all the best stuff your hotel has to offer. We don't really expect them to read every bullet point, but to get the idea that there's a lot of cool stuff about your hotel. You can see how Cosmos used this template. They started with, this is what the Cosmos experience is about, and then proceeded to list out a bunch of cool features like located in Colorado next to a dark sky park, 20 telescope equipped stargazing villas, and a lot more. So use this template and do the same for yourself. Now I recommend starting slow with your advertising budget and testing different ad creative and audiences to find the combinations that get you the lowest cost per reservation. Because remember, getting the pre-launch reservation is the goal of your advertising, which means that the lower the cost per reservation, the better. All right, with your ads all taken care of, it's time to move on to the final step, LaunchBoom. On the first day of their campaign, Cosmos made $904,000, Cypress Resort made $510,000, and Mir Hotel made over $1 million. Having a huge day one is what we like to call having a launch boom, and it's time for you to have one too. To show you how, let's go back to the morning of Cosmos' launch on Indiegogo. After clicking the launch button, the very next thing Gamal did was send out emails to his pre-launch list. I'm gonna pull up the email that he sent out to his VIPs, the people that put down a $50 deposit. At the top, the email copy was simple and to the point. Tap or click your villa and number of nights below to book now. All prices include the discounted rates. Next, let's look at the options Gamal made available. For his stargazing villas, he had 3 different buttons to book different numbers of nights at Cosmos. When someone clicked on one, they'd be taken to the Indiegogo campaign. And check this out. A secret option, or what's known as a secret perk, appears at the top of the list because they clicked on the link from the email. Each one of those links in the email led that VIP to a different secret perk. This is a really cool feature of Indiegogo and critical to the success of your hotel crowdfunding campaign, because these secret perks allow you to set up exclusive options to your VIPs who paid you money already in the pre-launch. Next, you'll also want to send an email to your non-VIPs, aka all the people who did not put down a reservation deposit. You can make that email pretty similar to the VIP email, but of course, don't include any secret perks because they didn't pay for the VIP upgrade in the pre-launch. And if you do this all right, you'll have a flood of new customers and real revenue for your hotel concept immediately when you launch. Having a big day one is the most important part of your whole launch because it sets you up to continue to pre-sell bookings for the remainder of your campaign. Speaking of the remainder of your campaign, here are a few final tips to keep in mind. First, continue emailing your list throughout the entire campaign, but send the most number of emails in the first week and the final week. Second, turn on your ads again and keep those running the whole time as long as you're getting a positive return. And third, reach out to media outlets to get coverage, which can help boost credibility and drive some traffic. So, was this video an exhaustive list of everything that goes into a hotel crowdfunding campaign? Definitely not. But I want to stress that the 5 steps that I just showed you are the most important to get right with your marketing if you want to have a successful campaign. And if you're serious about launching your hotel concept and want to stack the deck in your favor, I recommend chatting with my team. I'm not exaggerating when I say there's no other group that's had as much success with crowdfunding hotels as my team at LaunchBoom. We not only launched the first, but also the most number of hotels, and also hold the record for the most funded hotel ever on Indiegogo. There's a link in the description below to reach out to to us. We'll jump on a quick call and figure out if we'll be the right partner for you. Oh, and one last thing, everything I taught you doesn't even matter unless you really understand how to drive traffic with meta ads. Lucky for you, I have an in-depth guide that you can watch right on over here. So go ahead and click on it, and I'll see you on over there.